Greetings, it's Stasiabliss. Welcome back to another episode on Kundalini Awakenings. And thank you for joining my channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We're talking about all things Kundalini Awakening, spiritual awakening, how to navigate, what are the pitfalls, what are the exercises and techniques that can support you on your journey. And here we are, the day I'm recording this is the last day of winter. So we are right on the cusp of spring. We're right on the edge of Pisces to Aries energy. I do bring a little bit of astrology and cosmic significance into this awakening journey because I do find it's applicable in how the energies seem to be affecting our physical bodies. So today I wanted to do a little preview of what's to come in this Aries season as we start tomorrow. Aries is the beginning, right? It's the fire sign at the beginning of the Zodiac. It's a brand new year, so it does represent the base chakra. It represents Muladhara at the root, the red, the fire, the initiating force. That's where Kundalini sits. That's where the base is. And so I'm going to be talking about this vital essence in the root, and we're going to do a little Kundalini and sex ed because you guys wanted that. I put out that is Kundalini energy and sexual energy, the same video, and boy, you guys are loving that video. So I wanted to cover that more in depth. There's a little bit of questions, which I'm going to go into a little bit today and more tomorrow and this week and this coming next month about that, and especially as we move into Taurus and the essential energies of the second chakra. So that will be fun as well. But today I just want to talk about how we're closing out winter, and we're closing out, if you're in the north, if you're in the south, you're just starting to come into it with the fall equinox, but we are in the spring equinox in the north. That's where I am. That's where most of my stuff is going to be radiating from or based out of. So just kind of do the flip if you're in the reverse. But we're coming out of the winter, so we're coming out of the hibernation, the darkness, the cave, if you will. So in Kundalini understanding, the Muladhara is also known as the cave, and Kundalini is said to be coiled in the cave. So coiled in the cave, awaiting new spring, awaiting the awakening, awaiting coming out of hibernation. So we're really at that place where we're poised for understanding the whole awakening journey. And this year, as we meet here, I'm going to be on here daily, except for maybe on the weekend I might miss a day to give a little break to myself and allow the energies to recalibrate. So sometimes I'll hit one of the weekend days, but I'll be here Monday through Friday. That's my intention for this year, and the year of the wood dragon that we're in, which is all about that Kundalini awakening. This is the year I've been waiting for. This is the energy I've been waiting for. And so as we follow this journey, we can see how the astrology really does, and the seasons really do assist us in our awakening. So if you've been feeling a little bit restless, of course we are coming into an eclipse season coming up. That is going to be major catapulting energy. The Indian philosophy around eclipses is that you are going through a whole cycle in one day, in one moment of time. So your spiritual practice can be greatly enhanced and sped up 1,000 times on a day of an eclipse. So we've got a lunar and then a solar eclipse coming up. That's going to be major. So we'll talk about that as that's coming up. But right now, let's talk about closing out an old cycle. Okay. We awaken many times in our life. It's not just one awakening. So this information is applicable again and again, right? The first time may be the most challenging, but then we revisit and we get another burst and we go through another layer. We are layered. The astral bodies, the subtle bodies are layered like an onion. Our experiences are layered, and we are going through progressive awakenings. Some say like a Russian doll stacked as we become aware of greater and greater versions of ourselves and our reality. So at the end of Pisces, at the end of the Zodiac year, right, we're closing out a cycle. And if we do that intentionally today, if you go ahead and go around and, spring cleaning is always kind of in the air, like letting go of some things today, going around and seeing what doesn't serve me anymore externally. And maybe you want to write that list internally too, but also we're going to get into a lot more of that self-work going forward. Today might also for you just be a rest day. It might just be like soaking in the last day of this dark, nourishing winter and feeling that Piscean energy, that dream energy is really asking you to dream today, to access those deeper recesses of yourself. And the story of Kundalini I'll tell really quick to tie this video up, but the story is that, and again, Kundalini is Shakti. Kundalini is Ma. And in the Tantric tradition, Shiva and Shakti are consorts. That's masculine and feminine energies. That's Purusha and Prakriti in the unseen, which is the energy and consciousness. So consciousness, Shiva, holds space for Shakti, Kundalini, the mother, the divine creative force. And that's why it's related to our sexual energy. And I'll go in that more tomorrow and the next day. Get into a little bit more depth on that. But as this energy is not awake in us, it is as if the mother is asleep. It is like the story of the princess and the pea, right? There's the princess is sleeping, the Kundalini is sleeping in the cave, hibernating. As we've gone through puberty in the first part of our life or whatever, when that energy settled down in the root and has been just kind of dormant, we've been going along with life, we've been just like doing our thing, going to work, taking care of the kids or whatever. And just before the awakening, just before we have like what's going on moment, just before Shakti shoots up the spine, she's in this dream state. She's in Pisces. She's in this if you will, the primordial waters, the pre-incarnation moment, this moment before the awakening. She's dreaming. And this is like that yoga nidra state, right? Dreaming, but aware, aware you're dreaming, sleeping, starting to like come to the end of a dream cycle before waking up. So this might be a time to just sleep and dream and nourish yourself. And when she starts to awaken, she might have a shoot up, like, what was that? But then there's also this revisiting. We're going to go into a Mercury retrograde pretty soon. So there's going to be like a revisiting of some of the things that we've been like musing about and thinking about, with still like a lot of Neptune energy seeping through. We just had a conjunction with the sun. So there is like this need to look at our dreams, to look at and to allow the dream in, to shine the light on the dream. And Aries is going to help to bring us out of that and look at that a little bit deeper as we go forward. But Kundalini, as she's getting ready to wake up, she's still in this dream state. And we can revisit this state again and again. So I often hear people get frustrated with themselves when they have awakened and they've gone through this spiritual journey and they've had all these amazing energies and they've really accessed a higher state of consciousness. And then they go back into this no movement state and they're like, oh, what have I done? I've lost everything. I failed. But no, like Kundalini does this again and again. And sometimes there is, and especially in winter, that time to nurture and cultivate the inner space and go in within and find the dream again and reconnect with the unseen and reconnect with the void that mother Shakti really originates from. And that's the pre-creation energy. So today is that day. We're in a pre-creation. I'm looking forward to exploring Kundalini and sex ed as we move forward, and I hope you'll join me for that. If you have any questions, please place a comment, or if you have something to say or you want to share this channel with somebody, I super appreciate it. I'm always putting my website down below, and that's kind of evolving as we go. I've had it for like 10 or 12 years, but as things refine, that refines. my main thing is to be here for you for support. My email's below if you want to schedule a session, a reading, or you have a question for me. And I'll do my best to offer you resources and techniques and things that will support you on your journey. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.